So as of today, us Premium Pass holders have the first bit of content from In the Name of the Tsar in the form of Nivelle Nights. Nivelle Nights is set in Super France, and it is the first Battlefield 1 map to take place at night. It is also the first Conquest map to start with points already captured. This is going to be a review of how the map plays, and it's just overall kind of everything about it. So the map is just absolutely stunning. There is a lot more flavor in this map than there have been in maps in the past. There's a lot of things that are just there for aesthetics. There's little rats that scurry across the ground, those are my favorite. There's all kinds of tank wreckage that really serves no other purpose because it doesn't work too well as cover, but it signifies that everything is fucked here. Everything is real fucked. And because the map is at night, you do have the way that the light comes together in it. On either side of the map, at both teams' main trenches, each trench is lined on the left and right by lanterns that you can see from space. And there's some really cool spotlights in the background. However, there are no lights in No Man's Land, which is where some of the combat is going to be happening, especially around, I think it's point D, whatever, the one with the big tank. And the darkness really adds to the feel of the map as well. Now, what I did not expect was how well the map actually runs. I don't usually play at high settings. I usually play all the way at low settings so I can get that 144 frames per second perfect. I want it perfect. This map runs perfectly on low settings, 144 all the way. No frame drops whatsoever, not even when I was in the middle of things. On high, it runs at about 90 frames per second. Here are my specs on screen, by the way, if you care. And I would say this is one of those maps that you do want to play on high settings because it is just something different. It is absolutely beautiful. The way the moonlight hits all the water and the way that the lanterns cast shadows around the trenches is also really, really nice. And did I mention the rats? I really like the rats. The rats are my favorite. So we're going to talk about how each class plays on this map. This is a mostly close quarters map, so of course Assault is going to do the best. I have an actual talking point about the Assault class later on that I'll talk about when I get to those. Assault does very good, especially because of all the flank routes and just pretty much the fact that everything is so close together. You're fine if you play Assault. Medics are also pretty neutral about this map. If you use the Mondragon Sniper, then you will like this map very much. If you're into other things, then I'm sure you'll like this map too. It's fairly easy to get to your teammates because of all the trenches and all the cover and all that stuff. Support is kind of an interesting case. If you use the BAR, you'll very much like this map. If you're more of a suppressive long range kind of guy, then but probably not. I'm not very good at support, so I don't play it all that much, but I did discover that mortars on this map are very, very fun. If you let your teammates move in and take a point and just sit on the outskirts of the point and just wait for all those red circles to come swarm by, then it's just a lot of fun playing with mortars. There's not a lot of roof cover on this map either, which makes it really, really fun. Now, when it comes to sniping on this map, I had a little bit of an epiphany. I usually hate playing snipers. I'm not a fan of snipers. Playing snipers, fighting against snipers sucks. Being a sniper is boring, but on this map I had a lot of fun. I used the Lebel in tandem with the flare gun, and basically you can pick off everybody. It's really fun. Now, if there is a tank nearby, every assault in planet Earth is going to jump down on the ground and let you headshot them, which is also fun. I wouldn't call this map a sniper hell. There's a lot of maps in Battlefield 1 that are sniper hell. Sinai and Monte Grappa really come to mind when I think of sniper hell maps. I dropped my pen. If you play Assault, you'll probably be having the most fun on this map. If you play Medic, you play Medic, you know what it's like already. There's really no difference. Support is a tough question. It's up to your personal taste. Snipers, you will enjoy this map. Alright, so now that the good things are out of the way, let's actually talk about some of the problems that I've seen with this map. I've played about 15 games of it just today. I just have a whole list of things I want to talk about, so we're just going to talk about them one by one. The biggest issue of this map is the Automatico is an absolute destroyer on this map. Pretty much, I'd say about 80% of the time you will be in range to kill someone with the Automatico. So you have at least 15 people on your team playing Assault at all times, and almost every single one of them is using the Automatico. Personally, I use the Model 10 Hunter, and of course it's bullshit broken at this point anyway, but it's also really good on this map. You'll pretty much get a one-shot kill at whatever range you're going. Because of the way the points are spaced out, you might have some trouble moving from point to point, but there's plenty of trenches to run around in. So Assault is, and it's not just because Assault is powerful on this map, it's because the Automatico is just really powerful. Just specifically the Automatico is really, really powerful on this map. Next up, this kind of ties into the whole Assault class problem we have going on. Tanking on this map is really not fun. Each team starts with one tank, which I think is a little too low. I would like to see 2 or even 3 on this map. Because everybody is running around with the Automatico, you have Assaults out the ass. And especially in the middle point, there's so many hills hills, and there's so many broken down walls to hide behind that, you know, you're pretty much just cannon fodder. I was very surprised to see that there were no planes on this map. I caught that at E3 and I was just kind of curious why, because I feel like this would be a really great map for planes especially. Maybe not for infantry because it is so wide and open and there's not a lot of roof cover for people. I feel like a lot of the problems on this map could be solved with the introduction of planes. One of those problems is something I'm going to be calling avalanching. Avalanching is basically when one team gets taking points really well, they will move clockwise or counterclockwise around the map in one huge mass, just taking point after point after point after point. And it's very hard to counter as someone on the opposite team because you will need to get people together, and you know, it's Battlefield, people don't always work together when they need to. But because of the way the points are spaced out, because of the way the map pushes people through very small choke points, it is very natural to find yourself avalanching with your team if you're taking points over and over and over again. For one team it's not so bad because you just storm in and you stomp everybody to pieces, but for the other team it just gets really tiring. It's also extremely terrifying looking over an embankment and seeing 40 dudes all rushing at you with guns drawn. I think that's really the biggest issue I have with this map, is just every round, at least 2 out of 3 of the rounds, were mostly just one team pushing through as a huge group. Overall, I do really enjoy this map. I think it's a great addition to the game. There are a few little tweaks that need to be made. I really think they should just try with planes and see how they like it. Other than that, starting with 2 tanks would be nice. Overall, I give it probably 8 out of 10. Not bad.